JonnyPink, have you ever heard the term GoPro killer? And people are talking about all these wonderful little cameras that are supposed to be the GoPro killer. The GoPro is still #1 as far as action cameras go. There are fantastic ones. The One, I can't remember what they're called, and DJI makes a fantastic one. And they're all great little action cameras, but the original is GoPro. That's what the standard that everybody measures themselves against. There's a new camera on the market right now, and having used the bigger brother of that, everyone's comparing it to the Canon R5, which is a 3-year-old camera. Don't get caught up in the hype. No matter what camera body you're buying, the lens is where you should invest your money. The lens is the most important thing. This is my favorite lens for wildlife. For wildlife, what do I want? I want long reach. I want a fast lens. I don't like the Canon f11 lenses. For me, they're too slow. They don't let in enough light. I want a really fast shutter speed, and I want low ISO. That's the old school in me. I want low ISO. The photos are cleaner. Yes, you can clean them up with the AI that's out there. Now that one's too far away. So, but today I'm shooting the Canon R7. This is my Canon R7. Check this out. There we go. This is my Canon R7. And I know the light's hitting from the side. That's okay. This is my Canon R7. This is my 500 f4. This is the first version. It now needs to, I don't know, maybe I banged it around too much. It needs a little bit of a setup. It's struggling a little bit. It's okay. It is just a push for me to buy the lens that I really want, which is the Canon 800. Man, the EF version that I rented was just mind-blowingly amazing. You have all that reach. There is a little hummingbird that's... Problem with birds out in the distance like this is because they're so far away, I'm just going to slightly overexpose that. At least one of those is going to be good, right? I have the shutter sound on just because I like the way it sounds. Ah, man, there's so much out here. But this is what works for me. Fast shutter speed, low ISO, old school in me. A lens that is super fast, lets in as much light as possible. The 800mm, it was just mind-blowing. I didn't get really a chance to play with it on here. I wish I had, but I didn't. But that means that I have to buy one. If this lens is starting to give me problems, I know that having it serviced is going to be rather expensive. I can hold off on this and I can put my money towards a new lens. What do I want? Well, I really want the RF version because it's lighter. That's another thing that all this new glass, plastics that people are using, there's all kinds of bugs around here. The new glass and the things that people are using to make their lenses, the new technology makes them sharper. That's why I want the RF, but that EF version, and I know not many people are going to go out and drop that much money on a lens. For some people, that f11 that's only $900, that's still a lot of money, and I respect that. If that's what you're shooting, fantastic. Life is short for me, for everybody. I just want what I want, and I'll struggle to get it, and I'll work for it. Let me see if I got anything worth sharing with you guys. The other thing I do is I shoot a lot of photos, and I don't necessarily pick out the ones that, you know, the standard shot. I do a lot of those too, but I like the interesting ones where the bird is off to the side, its wing is up, doing odd things. That's what I like. Anybody that tells you you want a clean background, I like colored backgrounds because I've got so much bokeh in there, it's just color and it's a wash. That's what I prefer. You come up with something that works for you. It's all about you, not what everyone thinks it should be. If that's the GoPro killer for you, then man, go for it. Awesome, that is fantastic. I know what I want, and I don't let people tell me that this is how it should be or this is what you need to do. What I need to do is what I do for me. Anyway, that's just something that's been going through my head, the GoPro killer. Like these shots of this hummingbird up here, there's nothing behind it except blue sky. A lot of people will like that because, oh look, it's a clean background. To me, that's boring. I like my hummingbirds to be on a bush with a lot of bushes behind it because the bokeh, that just becomes a wash of color, and that little bird stands out so much more to me. But again, that's just my preference. There's so these little gnats and stuff are saying hello, good morning. JonnyPink, man, thanks a lot for letting me share with you guys. You guys have a fantastic day. I have verified for me that it is my lens. And again, all that means for me, let's go buy another lens. It's an excuse. It's a reason. It's a justification to go out and get myself in more debt. Life is short, man. Live it as hard as you can. Enjoy every single second because you don't get a second chance and you can't take it with you. Who knows what'll happen on the way home today, right? Hopefully I make it home and I'm able to share this with you. If you saw this video, fantastic. Again, thank you for letting me share with you guys. That's one thing that's just been on my mind. Everyone compares it to the GoPro killer. This is going to compare it to the GoPro. This is going to be doing it, but they're still comparing it to the GoPro. The new hype and camera that's out right now, they're comparing to the Canon R5 that's been out for 3 years. And this one, the R7, I think the eye autofocus tracking is still better than the R5. And this is only a $1,500 camera. So if you're into the market for a GoPro killer, the newest one that's almost inexpensive, this is the one. Any of their lenses work fantastic on the Canon. JonnyPink, thanks again. I know this was kind of rambling, but that's just something that's been on my mind. You guys have a fan. I'm watching the clouds back there. That almost looks like a fire. Not even clouds, but a fire. We'll see you guys. You have a fantastic day. Oh, yeah, and please, hit the subscribe button down there if you haven't. I do want to do a video on how I edit my photos again these days because Lightroom has changed. Lightroom is what I use. I think it's a pretty awesome program. We'll see you guys.